With a whopping 79 moons, immensely powerful winds, mysterious sounds, swirling patterns, and bright aurorae, it goes without saying that Jupiter has long been an object of fascination, wonder, and intrigue. Several attempts have been made to discover more about the large planet for decades now, and NASA's $1.13 billion Juno mission might just be the most successful and groundbreaking yet. It's only fitting that the spacecraft that has uncovered so much about Jupiter was named after the Roman goddess Juno, Jupiter's wife. We see what you did there, NASA. Welcome to Factnomenal, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at the amazing decade-long journey taken by the Juno spacecraft. For years now, mankind has been enchanted by Jupiter and has made several attempts to study the planet. A total of 9 missions have been carried out in an attempt to discover more about the biggest planet of our solar system, all while exploring other celestial bodies. Jupiter lies 365 million miles at its closest point to Earth, and when it's at its farthest, it lies about 600 million miles away. Studying the planet has been no simple feat, owing to its gaseous atmosphere, lack of solid surface to land on, enormous size, and powerful magnetic field and deadly radiation. Despite all odds, on August 5, 2011, NASA launched its ambitious Juno mission to take on the gas giant and reveal the story of Jupiter's formation and evolution. The task? Well, it wasn't an easy one, but Juno was up for the challenge and would orbit the planet and get as close as it possibly could. After making several changes to orbit and maneuvers, the spacecraft made a successful entry into Jupiter's orbit on July 4, 2016. Among many other high-tech instruments like a magnetometer, microwave radiometer, and energetic particle detector instrument, Juno had a special visible light camera telescope installed to capture the best pictures of Jupiter, JunoCam. JunoCam has given us some of the most stunning pictures of the planet that unravels many secrets of the behemoth planet. Juno was able to capture the uniquely rare site of Jupiter's southern pole. The images show an astonishing discovery. The South Pole is actually completely swarmed by storms and cyclones. This can be seen in the image in infrared to see just how frighteningly glorious they really are. It looks like something straight out of a Van Gogh painting showcasing the planet's South Pole as never seen before. The spacecraft is actually the first ever to get a clear and precise look at the poles of the planet, allowing scientists to dig deeper into its multitude of storms and cyclones. In the North Pole, it seems as though the cyclones are more octagonal in shape, while in the south they form a pentagon of sorts. Before Juno, we could only take guesses as to what the poles would look like. But now we're able to see, collect imagery in infrared, study the polar weather, and so much more as the spacecraft orbits from pole to pole and has gotten closer to Jupiter than any spacecraft before. Jupiter is known for its many satellites: Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, Amalthea, and Himalaya, to name a few, and not all of Juno's mission's attention was solely on the planet itself, but also its super icy moons. The JunoCam captured the perfect picture of Jupiter and its famous moons Io and Europa during its 8 flybys. It's almost like a family portrait all in one. The image was taken while the spacecraft was drifting 27,516 kilometers above the planet's cloudy atmosphere. As seen in the picture, Io was visibly closer to Jupiter as compared to Europa. Another stunning image shows the shadow of Io falling on Jupiter, captured most recently on September 12, 2019 during a close flyby by braving Jupiter's harsh atmosphere and coming within 8,450 miles of the planet. The data collected from NASA's Juno spacecraft has shown that there are a multitude of massive storms and densely packed cyclones that are constantly churning on both the north and south pole of the large planet. Cyclones are related to a system of winds that rotate inwards and are mostly associated with rain-making conditions. Anticyclones are just the opposite. They force the air in a downward, forceful motion towards the surface of the planet and do not produce any precipitation. Fellow citizen scientists Sean Duran and Gerald Eichstadt were able to use the data from Juno to put together the image of a massive storm named NNLRS-1. This beast of a storm seems to be raging along one side of the planet, while several smaller cyclones can be seen in the surrounding region. Each of these storms is said to be big enough to engulf the whole of North America. Another image shows a group of cyclones seemingly swirling around in a mesmerizing dance, captured in great detail by the JunoCam. The image was taken from an altitude of about 18,000 miles or 28,567 kilometers above the cloud cover. The outer clouds in the cyclone seem to be moving anti-clockwise, while the inner ones seem to be doing the exact opposite. This is fascinating and will be an important point of study if we want to understand Jupiter and other large gas giants like it. When it comes to Jupiter, you cannot help but mention the Great Red Spot, the solar system's most famous storm. First observed in 1831 by amateur astronomer Samuel Heinrich Schwab, the behemoth storm has almost been a signature of Jupiter and has captivated people for generations with its strong winds reaching 430 to 680 kilometers per hour and crimson-colored clouds spinning anti-clockwise. The enhanced color images obtained through the Juno cam clearly show the massive storm in all its vicious glory. The gigantic red storm is said to be twice as wide as the Earth, located in the planet's southern hemisphere. During its seventh flyby, Juno got extremely close to Jupiter to capture the majestic anticyclone in action. On Earth, a hurricane would eventually die down and break apart after hitting land, but because Jupiter doesn't have a solid surface, the storm has the freedom to rage on fearlessly. Scientists say the storm has probably been there for years and years now, even long before it was first observed. No one really knows how it gets its distinct red color, but if you ask the Great Red Spot what the secret to a long life is, the answer might be cannibalism. New studies suggest that the Great Red Spot devours smaller storms to sustain itself. The giant storm shrinks and grows every now and then, but the data collected from the Juno mission is now very heavily suggesting that the storm seems to be on a shrinking trend and could possibly continue to do so in the future. Jupiter's auroras are the most powerful in the solar system, much like the breathtaking ones we see on Earth, but much more powerful. The planet produces these powerful X-ray auroras typically at its poles, and there are several theories on how they are produced, but to date, no one knows the exact cause. With the measurements taken from Juno, scientists have speculated that the vibrations in the planet's magnetic field create ultra-powerful waves which carry supercharged particles to the poles, leading to the formation of these aurorae. As the particles move into the magnetic field, they smash into each other, forming streams and curtains of glowing light, putting on its very own light show. Overlaid images from the Juno cam show the spectacular shimmering lights on both sides of Jupiter. One can only imagine what a spectacular sight this could be against the black expanse of space. These auroras are said to be so powerful that they could briefly power all of human civilization. The original image, captured in October 2018, showcases the stunning design and almost art-like appearance of the clouds in Jupiter's atmosphere. It's almost like looking into a real-life painting with its surreal, otherworldly beauty. Taken by the spacecraft's 16th flyby, the cloud band seemed to swirl and create the most aesthetically pleasing visual. Another magnificent image of the swirling clouds on Jupiter can be seen in Jupiter's north temperate belt. The scene is hauntingly beautiful with a myriad of shades and colors that can be seen with several white pop-up clouds, as well as a raging white oval-shaped anticyclone. At the time of this photo, Juno was about 4,400 miles above the cloud tops at approximately 40 degrees north, as noted by NASA. It is no secret that Jupiter is a marvelous beauty, and these images from the Juno cam showcasing the deep heat streams in Jupiter's atmosphere prove just that. The powerful jet streams on the large planet seem to extend far longer and deeper than previously imagined. Data from Juno has shown that these colorful ribbons and belts penetrate deep down into the planet, even about 1,800 miles or 3,000 kilometers. Galileo had viewed these stripes on the planet over 400 years ago, and these Jovian jet streams have been a bit of a mystery in the past. But with the observation from Juno and gravity measurements taken by the spacecraft, we now have an answer which would help study the depth and the core of the planet in further detail. The billowy bands wrapping around the planet sure make for some stunning imagery, and you cannot deny that Jupiter is a true work of art. NASA's Juno mission has proven to be successful in collecting groundbreaking observations about the planet's atmosphere, inner magnetic and gravitational fields, and has since uncovered more data about the structure of the large planet than any other mission. Because of this valuable trove of information, NASA has pushed back the end date from July 2021 to September 2025. Juno will be teaming up with the European Space Agency's JUICE, Jupiter Ice Moon Explorer, to get up close and personal with the gas giant satellites, Europa, Io, and Ganymede, and we can expect some exciting new discoveries in the coming years. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to mash the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting space videos. Thanks for watching Factnomenal. We'll see you next time.